sick and keen to get well soon. Whoever's going, they stay well. Amen. Thanks to the guy in the hood for everything he does for us. Alright, see you on guesting. If you've been on Tampa a while. If you haven't been on Tampa a while, you haven't guessed me yet. But now you're going to know about this place. We always stop by the place of a million scrolls. Maybe not even a million scrolls. Maybe it's 100 scrolls. Maybe there's scrolls everywhere. There they are. Scrolling around. They're cool sometimes just to come over here and watch them. Alright, I've only seen a few of them today. But there's a whole bunch of them that live there, play there, eat there, everything. I don't know how many squirrels are in that area. I never sat down just to like take a bit and count them and talk to you guys about it. I mean, it's just like a really, really crazy habitat. Right over the railroad tracks. I must not care about like trains coming down here. I've only seen one train throughout the years I lived in this area. Actually, not seen this area actually, and it's been 10 years living here in this area of Westminster. But actually, if I take it back to when I was a young kid, when I lived here with my dad, that was under, I think, like 3 to 4 years of my life. So that's like 14 years that I actually lived in Westminster throughout my life. Not of all Orange County that I visit. So I lived in Orange County almost all my life, seriously. I'm 50 now, and I've been in Orange County ever since then. Of being a little kid, you know, and being raised in Anaheim, Orange County, California. That's what I take it, because my dad says I was raised in Big Bear. And we all lived in Big Bear one time. When I was younger, I was raised up there. And we had a cabin up there and everything like that. He showed it to me when I got older, and I never really even got the chance to find out where the cabin is or like that, or really remember or anything, hardly that situation. But I know for a fact if I saw it nowadays, I'd be like, that's it, you know. And I would be amazed if actually somebody was able to like take me a trip up there to Big Bear and say, hey, you know what, we're gonna travel around Big Bear for a few weeks or a few months and see if we can find your dad's cabin and see what it takes to get your name back in your name. That would be so awesome. I'd be like, wow, you know, get it back in the family's name, and it's gone out to the banks or whatever to find out what the whole story was behind this cabin that my dad said that we lived in and we owned and everything. And in numbers of years going over to it, and me seeing all the stuff that's inside there, and me seeing a life of me that I don't remember at all because I was so young. And other things that my dad had told me when we lived up in Big Bear that I had done, so I would like to experience all that situation over again, which would be awesome. Do you ever think of that, doing that situation when you were a kid? Just, well, actually not when you were a kid, you know, just now as you're older, go back to those days when you were a kid, those days where you don't remember that your parents told you about that you did. Wouldn't that be something? Alright, something's going on here. Whoa. dude. That's a great job. Block everything. Almost make me get in an accident. He doesn't care. So yeah, like I was saying, that would be the basic thing for everybody, I think, is to take and go back to those days where you were a kid and you didn't remember those days because you were just like way too young. I mean, the farthest I can remember back when I was a kid, that me and my dad lived in Oroville, California. I mean, because I recently visited that place, and I remember some of it up there, not too much of it, you know. It came back to me right away. So, I mean, that's where you go to a place where you used to hang out daily, run around daily, and do things daily with your friends, or something like that, you know, or go to school daily out there, and then you go back to that area and you're like, okay, nothing looks the same, but I do remember this, and I do remember that, and so on. And that's the whole thing that a life insurance is about for all of us. Seriously, crazy stuff. Like, all right, here we are. Here's down East Boulevard, and I feel like me seeing this right up here. This right here where we drove along East Boulevard. Since I lived in Orange County, practically for a long time. When I was the age of 18, 19, and 20 area, I lived right here inside the complex that is still a motel. And back then, it was still the same exact name it is now. I lived right in this complex right here. When I was a kid. Well, when I was younger, I lived right here. Seriously, I can go up there and show you my room and everything I lived in. It's crazy. I lived in this whole little apartment, well, actually it was a motel. You know, I lived that whole motel thing for months on. Even though that I had to move out for 30 days, and I mean, I had to move out for one day, and then I'll be able to only stay there 30 days. So, in motels out here, and hotels out here, you can live there constantly, week by week, up to 30 days. That after 30 days, you gotta move out for 24 hours, take all your stuff with you, then you can come back. But some motels take a lien on it, and they'll hold your room, put your stuff inside there, leave your stuff inside there, they'll hold the room for you. We went on and let anybody go inside there. We don't do anything. We just gonna put it up one time, and you be present to do that. Make sure we don't take anything, or any of our workers don't take anything. If you don't trust us, you know. That's what we say. A lot of motels and hotels out there lean against that area, the situation where a lot of people that are trying to get them off their feet and do other things and get their life straightened out. So you can do it that way. You can move out and then have it hold for you for one whole day, and then move back in the whole 24 hours, which you got to be out for. Then you can come back. Is what they tell you all the time. So then you do that. But there's also another way you can do it, which is sort of okay with some places and practically okay with a lot of places that a lot of people don't really look at that hardcore. Let me get it through this right here. Thank you guys. So now the whole thing is that you could do on that situation is close friend or a relative put the room and their name for a number of days if you don't want to. I mean, well, actually, you can just do it for 24 hours, which is cool. Some places will let you do it for 24 hours. Some places will say no, you have to do that for a week. Or some places you pay for, you have to do it for a month, whatever you pay, whatever you pay for. So this is crazy right here, like this. Everyone's just in a hurry to get across, just because it's Friday. Totally nuts, right? Yeah, so you put someone's name for it, like that, whole 24 hours, and then change it back to your name, or the whole week, and then change it back to your name the next week. There's a lot of places out here that let you do that, but then there's a lot of consequences that person can face if you do something wrong in that room. So if you're just trying to get off your feet, like I was trying to do years ago, get up off my feet, of becoming homeless and staying homeless, I was like, okay, what can I do? You know, I was asking around, and I was asking the managers of the complexes and like that, you know, and they were telling me of all these hotels, everything I can do. Check this out. So after I found out what I can do with the situation, I was like, wow, you know, there's that option and a couple options on top of that I could do, which was awesome. All right. Here we go, yo. For real, yo. It's kind of a weird thing that I actually did, like, ride around and do this video thing that I've been doing for quite some time now, and be able to see things like that, people just laying down, and me figuring, okay, there was a time in my life I was just like that. People got to understand this is a documentary area of the city I live in. This is to tell you, show you the things I do every day that I'm not making music and not making money and trying to live a basic life out here, working a job and making music is my hobby, and trying to make money off numbers of songs. People give me numbers of ideas, what I can do to my songs, make them better, have more people listen to them, all this other stuff. And I can try out all these million options and these millions of things that people are telling me, and never know what's going to make it, what's going to go on, what's going to make me famous, millionaire off of YouTube or in my songs or like that. We never know. There is tons of artists out there and tons of YouTubers that never make it. And I could probably be one of them that never would, you know. But the whole thing is we artists and we YouTubers really don't phase on that situation. If you're out there phasing on that situation that I'm never going to make it, I could try this, try that, try this, try that, and you don't do it, and you feel that you're never going to make it, you won't. So the whole thing is to try everything that you can until you find your edge. Once you find your edge, boom. That's when you target yourself right there for a process of how long is this edge going to last me before I have to change it to something else. How long am I going to have to do this before I'm going to have to change it to something else? Or am I going to have to keep on doing this and doing this and doing that until everything is changed in my lifestyle? Well, that's the cue that you gotta learn. And that's the thing you gotta learn. This weekend, I would like to invite you all that's watching or that watches this video, okay? So this Saturday, what I plan to do, and I'm not gonna go on it this time. I'm gonna actually do this. Okay, so this Saturday, what I am gonna do for everybody out there on my channel, and watch this now. I want you to all listen on this right here. What I'm gonna do is I want everybody on my channel to still click on this live I think about doing. And I've done this live before, but not as explicit. I'm going to do this live this weekend. And it's going to be about different things of music I've heard, and showing some of my videos that I have done in the past, and some of my music and some of my artists that I've worked with in the past. And I don't even care if I get copyrighted or whatever. I'm going to tell YouTube straight out right now. I'm serious. I'm doing this video to see how many people are going to come up on my live and check me out. I don't care about the copyrights. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. Whatever it is. If you're going to go ahead and, oh yeah, we're going to copyright your page and everything. Okay, so you workers, AIs, or whoever you think you are, go ahead and do it. I don't care. And the reason why I don't care is because I'm trying to show you exactly who I am out here in Orange County, what my life is about, and everything like that. This is like going to be all concept of videos that I have released it out there for years and still not making money at all, hardly, off anything, from YouTube to a mediocre song that I make, or even you guys out there streaming one of my songs like that. And it's totally got to me because of today, of what I experienced, of hearing, and just flipping through Spotify's of different artists I don't even know who they are, and finding something out that's hilarious, and then finding something out that's like, what? You could do this and make that many views or that many plays of the song, and not really understand the thing that's going on. I mean, I just came along with this one music artist today, and I was like, what is this guy doing? That's not so where he's making all these views off his music and everything else, you know. And even if I find a documentary on this guy or somebody else who's doing all these other songs like that, back and all that stuff up. Wait. So, let's see here. Take a break for a second here. Alright, so I had to put my coffee down. I had some people right there next to me. And it seems like that guy right there, like the tan or peach color or whatever it is, jacket with the, what do you call the swan ball or something like that? I forget what they call it. Bring it up as a factor, that's it, I'll tell you in a bit here. Okay, so anyways, I want to try to invite you all to my live stream tomorrow, Saturday. So I'm going to wake up, you know, make my breakfast and all that, just pop on a live and do this. And see how long it works out for, see what happens here, and everything. I want to figure it out, everything, you know, and I want to try to see how many people are just going to view me. Whatever's going to happen, I'm just going to have to grab a thing of whiskey and chill, maybe a beer and chill, who knows, and just play it out and see what works, you know. I got to spend some cash to make some cash, you know. So I really don't want to spend money on a lot of things. So I'm just going to plan on to buy one simple little thing, and that's it, that I need to do this, and relax and just chit chat with you guys on YouTube, and see how things go. Okay, wow. So obviously, the pawn shop's got a brand new bike up here. Check that out, it's an e-bike. 3-wheeler, totally cool. I got a friend of mine that actually made one of those, and he says that it's really cool. So that whole 3-wheeler right there is an awesome thing. I don't know how much it's going for. 3,300. Probably a few hundred because they don't want to sit on it too long. Pawn shops out here. And here's the best thing that any business person can do with anything. And a lot of business people should be focused on. At least I know this for a fact. I did my business on half of my life. And people have moved on. I should do that. So a lot of people out here that are in like businesses, marketing, sales, or whatever they're doing for their business, and everything like that. Sales situation is that you got your profit for an overhead, okay, that you have to make every single month to keep your business going, to keep your business flowing, to keep your business running, to keep your business straight, to keep the roof over your business, or even if you're working out of your home, or just a mediocre person like me, you know, first thing I think about, okay, every month I gotta make this much money to do this thing. And a lot of people saying like, well, free? Yes, that is one thing that you can do, is give out a free trial or a free, gift here and there. So, free gift.